Hello, hi there. I'm Rebecca Summers-Wheeler. I'm back again with some mindful yoga for you to try out. My cat has decided to join as well. Yoga with Adrienne comes with a dog. Yoga with Rebecca comes with a cat, apparently. Okay, so we're going to start off down on the mat on our hands and knees. So we're really just preparing the body for meditation by doing this. So on our hands and knees, we're going to find our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. So I'm going to take an inhale and dip the belly, lift the sitting bones and look up to the sky. Then we're going to exhale to round the spine, pressing through the palms and the knees. Might even take a little sway here and do some little circles if you wish to. Coming back to center and then inhaling back up, lifting the chin a little bit, gazing upwards, feeling that stretch in the spine, and then coming back up to arch the back, bringing this belly button here up through to the spine. Inhaling one more time, stretching the back, really feeling the spine in this movement. Where can you feel the stretch? Can you feel it in the top of the spine? Can you feel it? Where can you feel it? All the way down? So with lots of vertebrae in the spine. And we're going to exhale and round it again. In fact, let's do that one more time after this. So this time, really seeing how slowly you can do this. Softening the arms and feeling the spine rippling through. And I'm changing directions. Arching the spine here. I'm going to bring the big toes together, so we come to neutral. Then we bring the big toes together, bring the knees out wide, and bring the bottom, the glutes back towards the feet. And stretch the arms out. An option here is to take the arms here, or you can take the arms inside and grasp the feet. If you want a cushion or a block or something for the head, that's fine too. So finding the pose that works for you today. So what works best for you? So you can just place the forehead on the ground. Let the spine be nice and long. If you need to, you can turn the head. Especially if you've got your arms in like this. And so this helps to open the hips and release and recenter us. So breathing through the back of the body. Really feel an expansion across the back of the body. Allowing the eyes to close. I feel a little bit of a stretch in the inner thighs. Then we're going to come back up and find ourselves in broken toe pose. So here we come onto all fours. I'm going to tuck the toes under and spread them nice and wide, and then sit back if we can. So we might stay here and that might be enough, but what this does is it stretches the soles of the feet, and they don't really get a very good stretch very often. So this is beneficial for them. So if you can, if that's okay for you, then you can actually sit up so that we're in full broken toe pose. I'm going to hold this for a few breaths, really giving the soles of the feet a good stretch. Again, it can be quite a strong pose, so if you need to, just come forward a little bit and just sit back gently. So noticing any sense of aversion that you might have to any discomfort here, seeing if you can be with that a little bit. So we don't want it to be really uncomfortable, but see if you can feel that joyful stretch there. When it comes strong, just come back, easing off. Take a deep breath in, using the breath to help. And coming forwards, back onto our hands and knees. We're going to come back to the spine. So this time, we're going to reach one arm up, a little twist in the spine, reach up to the sky, and then we're going to bring this arm underneath. So we place our temple on the ground and our shoulder. I'm going to show you this way as well. So we've just reached up, and then we're going to come through onto the shoulder and just place your hand here wherever you need it for support. Again, just breathing here, just being aware of any desire for this to be finished, or noticing any enjoyment or appreciation. See if you can find ease in this pose. And then we're going to come out the way we came in, reaching up, looking up, and then place the hand back down. We're going to do that on the other side. So I'm going to take the other arm up and thread the needle, as we call it. I'm going to thread that through here. So placing your shoulder on the ground. So we're getting a bit of a twist in the spine here, helping to mobilize it, develop flexibility. And the nice thing is you can just close your eyes and relax here and just place your arm wherever you need it. You can even stretch it out here. We'll get a nice stretch. The armpit at the back of the shoulder as well. That could be really nice. So the thing is, we're becoming aware of the body, what the body feels, what the body needs. And that's what the practice is, developing mindfulness within the body and preparing the body so that it's a bit more comfortable if we're going to do any meditation practice. So coming back in, the way we came in is the way we're going to come out. So we're reaching up and then coming back into an all fours position. Then I'm going to come into Sukhasana. Sukhasana is just an easy pose. Now, if you are a little bit tight in the hips, or if you want a little bit more comfort, feel free to grab a cushion or a rolled up blanket or something, and that can just tilt the hips forward a little bit. You can even come into this position here where you just bring one of your foot on top of, on top of the calf muscle there. There's like a kind of modified half lotus position. So from here, we're going to inhale up, reach the arms up, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, palms pointing inwards. Take a nice deep breath in here, and as we exhale, placing one hand down and stretching over. So we're not rotating over this way just now, we're just stretching the side of the body, this beautiful lateral stretch here. Taking a few breaths. You can look up towards the inner arm here if you want to. That can help to open the body up. And in fact, why not just take that shoulder back a little bit if you can, and just feel the openness across the chest here. One more breath in through the nose, out through the nose. I'm going to inhale back up to center and exhale back over to the other side. Just taking a nice breath here. You might feel this especially down in the outer hip and the hip abductors here. And just notice where you feel any tension. Notice where you feel any ease and pleasure in the body. Taking an inhale and rolling that shoulder back a bit, looking upwards to the sky or the inner arm. And as you get deeper into the pose, you might find that you're able to give a little bit more as the muscles soften and relax. Taking an inhale to come back up to center. And we're going to take one arm across. Yes. We're going to take one arm across to the outer thigh, and we're going to take the other arm back behind us a little bit. We're going to twist. I'm going to show you from a slightly different angle. In fact, I'm going to left to reposition myself a little bit. So we take one hand and we place the other hand behind us. So I'm going to place mine on my cushion. So we're twisting the spine here, keeping it nice and long. So we've inhaled to lengthen the spine, and then we're exhaling to twist. And looking behind. I find that when I smile, these poses have a greater sense of ease. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So inhaling nice and tall again. And then we're going to exhale, taking the hand across, one hand behind, and twist the other way. Keeping that spine nice and long, lifting up from our stable base. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to see if we can twist a little bit more. And then exhaling back to center. We're going to find our way up to standing via our knees. So let's come onto the knees here. And we're actually just going to push back a little bit. So we're just going to have a little walk of our legs here. So we're not coming into a full downward dog position, but we're just going to pedal the legs and then walk, bend the knees. So it's nice and comfortable. I'm going to hang out here in a dangling pose. Sway a little bit from side to side. Bend the knees a lot. And we're going to sweep the arms up to the sky. And then bring the hands down to the heart. And lift up the toes. We're going to lift up the toes here. And then lift up the heels. So we're going to rock backwards a little bit and forwards. So we're rocking back, lifting the toes, spreading them, placing them back down. And then making that movement a little bit smaller, allowing the knees to soften. And if you like, you can part the fingers. So we make like a flower, a lotus here. I'm going to take some deep breaths in here. And we're going to begin by bending the knees and inhaling to bring the hands up and round. So we're going to inhale, bring the hands up to the top. Exhale to bring the hands back down. Again, bringing the arms up on the inhale, stretching up and bringing the hands back down. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling the hands back down and together. We can spend a few moments with the eyes closed here, just noticing how the body moves very subtly. So it took us a year or two to learn how to stand. And standing is actually a balanced position. So just feeling how we move just subtly, the little movements in the body, the adjustments. Noticing whether we're slouching slightly. Noticing what happens when we inhale and lift the body. What happens when we lift the chin or lower the chin, and how that changes when our toes lift. The engagement in our lower body muscles and the calves and the thighs. Maybe rocking backwards and forwards slightly. Noticing what your body's doing. Is there any tension in the lower back or the hips? Just exploring this. And you can stay here for as long as you wish, or you can move on to the next exercise in mindful practice.